I woke up to the sound of the sea crashing on the shore. The sun was peering through the heavy clouds, and the smell of salt and coconuts filled the air. Making our way to Punta Bulata, a private resort run by my friends, Tomas and Martina Zaiko.
I am the COO, child of owner.
Well, I married Tomas. So Tomas was running the resort starting 2010. We got married 2 years ago. Since then, we've lived here most of the time. 4 days out of the week, we're here.
When you get there and see the amazing sanctuary they built, the fatigue from the trip just dissipates.
So a lot of our guests tell us that it is really our staff that makes this place different because they really feel at home here. The quiet and the relaxation that they get from being in the resort.
And they say, wow, you guys are so hospitable. It's like, really, I thought, that's universal Filipino trait. They really say that there's something different. We just like to share our experience. We like to share how we do things with everyone.
I don't see it too commercialized. I don't think Tomas and I want to see it too packed, too busy, because this is what draws people here, the privacy of the place. But we just hope we get enough visitors to sustain the place, to sustain the livelihood of the people here.
I wish that more people would get to know about the place, would get to experience what we have here. I always say to travelers that, this is my family's home. We just want them to live, I guess, the way we live and see things from our view. And hopefully that development comes with the community as well.
Tomas and Martina Zaiko used to live in the hustle and bustle of the city, but decided to take the plunge and embrace slow living by the sea.
I lived in Manila for around 8 years. Sort of how your day moves is much more relaxed here in the province. You have so much more time for family, for your hobbies, for yourself, for your friends. I haven't looked back.
Of course, we don't have the movies, we don't have the restaurants, but we really enjoy staying in the beach most of the week. Myself personally have been able to spend more time reading, exploring certain things that I didn't have time to do in the city. I think it's brought Tomas and I a lot closer because it's really just the two of us here together all the time.
Well, I feel much younger since I moved back, being one with yourself, one with the environment around you, being engaged in whatever it is that you're doing. It just gives life more meaning.
Even if there isn't any surf in Punta Bulata, there are a lot of other water activities to do. I got the chance to paddleboard around the coast. It's a different kind of experience. Your mind gets into this zen state wherein all your attention goes to the water gently hitting the paddle and the board gliding serenely on the calm sea. I got the chance to learn about the advocacy of Danjugan Island and its conservation efforts.
I've been here a few times, but that was a long, long time ago. That was over a decade.
Welcome home. Welcome back home.
It's good to be back.
So Danjugan Island is a wildlife sanctuary. The whole island is a private protected area. It's owned by the Philippine Reef and Rainforest Conservation Foundation. On Danjugan, what we usually do is to just enjoy our quiet time with nature. We don't have the big parties. What we really prioritize is the connection of humans to nature, to understand it better, enjoy it without destroying it.
Okay, I'm curious about these sharks. Do they live in this area or?
Blacktip reef sharks are just found in shallow reefs. Here, like in front of Typhoon Beach, sometimes you're just sitting at the beach and they're on the shore.
Are they aggressive?
No, we're more aggressive.
From what I hear, sharks are afraid to come to the Philippines because we blow them up.
There are more people who die from lightning than shark attacks. They don't like humans. They don't eat humans. Although in Australia, the surfers get attacked a lot because we're encroaching in their habitats. In the news, when a surfer gets bitten by a shark, it's called a shark attack. If you're talking to me, I'm the kind of person who wouldn't call it a shark attack.
It would be a
defense.
right.
I was amazed by how relentless and inspired they all were to preserve such a beautiful island.
Danjugan connects people who understand conservation work and understand why we need to protect our environment, our habitats, and the species.
Sobra pong nagbago yung buhay ko po dito. Dito po ako nag-training sa lahat-lahat. Scuba diving, bird guiding, nag-ref check din po. Marami po talaga ako na-experience na hindi ko na-experience doon sa mainland. Nagpapasalamat po talaga ako dito sa Danjugan Island. Nagbago ang buhay ko.
It's a spot where people come, even just disconnect from technology and talk to each other. and commune with nature.
The peaceful, the serenity, the unity. Danjugan kind of introduced me to myself almost. Danjugan also made me love myself more.
It is important for our generation not to keep destroying our planet. We need to stop, think, and really understand what our actions mean for the future. We can reverse climate change, we can recover our fish stock, we can have healthier food, we can still heal the soil that was poisoned by chemicals if we do something now. And that's why it's important that we're doing what we're doing.
I was able to explore the island and see how the ecosystem works.
We visited 2 lagoons. On the second lagoon, on top of the cliff, there was the bat cave. When we peeked, geez, like 1,000 bats. Some were sleeping, some were flying around. Ram said the bats that were flying around were protecting the bats sleeping because there was a predator. And he said that the bats, they're not aggressive, they're good for the environment because their guano is good fertilizer. After that, Nika and I went out and we did some kayaking, and we've been to so many places. They're all lovely, they're all beautiful, they're all moving. But on this trip, it's just special. Maybe because I'm from here, and maybe because it's home and there's no place like it. Very well preserved. Everyone's so into what they're doing here, passionate about marine conservation, about the environment. It sort of like rubs off a little bit.
It was such a treat to be able to cook in a scenic spot overlooking the ocean and prepare a meal for the locals living in the island.
The community, they're very sincere. When you get a vibe like that, you even want to cook for them some more, like make it extra special. This deck is beautiful. By the cliff, on their bamboo sunset lounge, overlooking the Sulu Sea. Parang hindi talaga trabaho eh. It's unreal what we're doing. To top it off, you serve all these people that run this island, and then when they taste it, they really like it, and you're like a little kid jumping inside. I've always wanted to hang out on this lounge. I never got to. Here I am cooking for the entire staff of Danjugan Island. It's amazing.
We spent 2 nights in Punta Bulata. On our first day, Tomas and Martina brought us to the market to look for ingredients for lunch and dinner.
So we're here at Sipalay Market. Sipalay is about 4 hours away from Bacolod. Tagbilang lang ka. Saan yung kadyos? Di ni siya namin lutuon. Kadyos in English is green peas. There's a pork with kadyos dish. Ay, kangkong. Patayang kangkong. Sige, mukha mo ko ni. Mukha ko laurel. Pili ko, isang mayo-mayo, bi. Ikaw, bi, pili. 1/2. Actually, they're very generous. Kung 1 kilo lang, they'd make it 1 1/4. Kung 1/2 lang, they'd make it 3/4. $30. I'll take it. Pilang sili? Sige. Basi 1/4 lang, guro. This is estiwitis or achuete. 5 pesos per plastic. We'll go a long way. Pilang kilo? 60. Okay. We have here red banana. I've never had red banana in my life. Sabi nila, mas masarap pa rin daw yung lakatan, yung difference lang yung balat, yung skin. But it's interesting, gusto rin makuha ko mani. Pilang mani? How about I just buy for everyone? Okay, avocado, 1/2 na lang bayon mo ko.
Sige.
Mangoes from Bayawan. Bayawan is in Negros Oriental. It's about 3 to 4 hours from Sipalay. So from Bacolod, maybe a total of, 7, 8 hours. In Bayawan, there are waves, but not today. So we're just here in Sipalay. Huh?
145.
145. Pila ni?
10.
10. So this is ginamos or bagoong na hipon. Tapos palaging nakabloke yan. Tapos they slice it into triangles. This 10 pesos goes a long way. Purest form. The one you see in the bottles are marami ng halo yan. May mga onions na yan, garlic. Ito talaga yung puro talaga. If napansin nyo, wala siyang coloring, no? Yung iba kasi red or pinkish. Ito, brown. It doesn't look as nice, but it's good. Laman loob of the flying fish. Ano yung flying fish? Ooh, yun yung wings nyo. The dried fish is good. It's still moist. So there's still flavor in it. Parang juicy pa siya kainin. Hindi siya ganun kaalat. Pila ganing kilo?
160.
One half lang? No, one half.
Oh, one half.
Dorado. Fresca pa, no? Yung fish fresh pa, oh. Kasi hindi siya malagkit. Look at the gills. It's so red. The eyes are so clear. It's not cloudy. And when you smell it, it still smells like the sea. Hindi siya malangsa. And yung texture niya, no? Yellowfin tuna. Pilang kilo? Wow! Amo man sa tuna, ha? Balikan ko lang, ha? Liempo. Tempo na, eh? Oh, sige, ah. We got here fresh liempo. We're gonna cook it with beans that we got earlier, those cadyos, the black beans, and then the red beans. And then we're gonna make like a pork and bean stew with some red wine. Pata na lang, ah. So, liempo and pata bean stew. Sarap to. Okay, I'm done. I'm good. If you've noticed, we were able to get good fish produce because it's open sea, it's sulusi na, no? Diba? Ang sipalay. There's not much wind, so I think yung produce dumating. Merienda later, I'm thinking of making like a tuna poke with avocados and mangoes. We'll see. I'm excited. I have a good feeling about it. My home court, it better be good, but I'm feeling great. So, yeah, let's go. It's nice, you know, for some strange reason, it just felt home. You know, everyone was speaking your dialect. You can joke around with them. You know the humor. Salamat gid sa pag model dis tupad ko. Mayo gid ang lawas.
Just a few minutes away from the market was the beach. So we walked barefoot on the sand as we made our way to the boat, which would take us back to Punta Bulata.
They call it the party boat. It has a toilet, speakers, nice big table. But it didn't start. So threw the surfboard in the water, did some paddling, even though there were no waves. But it was nice to be on a board, you know, and to be in the water. You know, don't bitch about it. Just do something. Kill time. Grabe, Tomas said one of our guys swam to shore to have the rod weld. If it works, we go. If not, we go back to the van and go home. And it worked. You know, it was a nice, scenic boat ride. You know, good conversation, good music. So on the boat, we made tuna kinilaw done 3 ways. The first one is we charred it over charcoal to medium rare. Then we just drizzled that with salt, set it aside. The second one was all the trimmings, mixed it with some mangoes, avocado, salt, pepper, dalandan, and dalandan zest. And then the third one, your straight up kinilaw with grated ginger. So we topped the tuna kinilaw with some burnt red banana vinegar. I think it's an original. I've never seen it anywhere. I think it could be the future of kinilaw. And then if you eat that all together, it's like a song. It's a blockbuster, I reckon.
And I've never tried the banana sinamak combo, which was so good. I mean, you could probably tell that from the boat because I was just going at it.
Everyone devoured the meal in a matter of seconds. While music played in the background, everyone's faces sun-kissed with salty bliss. We all watched the ever-changing horizon as the sun started to set.
So we're here at Punta Bulata. Actually, 10 years ago, I cooked here. Still remember that I was super nervous that time. I think I just got back from Australia, and it was sort of like a debut for me, you know, to be back and to cook for people here in Bacolod. So it's funny how the people that I served tonight were the same people that I cooked for 10 years ago, and we did not plan that. It just happened. It's very special because it's home.
I can feel the vibes.
Seeing JP in our kitchen, it was nice to see that he brought in our crew also to teach them how to cook.
It was pretty interesting to see a chef of JP's caliber. He really had no particular plan in mind. It was very spontaneous.
As always, I don't know what I'm doing till halfway. But I also felt the pressure because we started at 5:30 and it would normally always take us 3 to 4 hours. Kanina started at 5:30, so 6:30, 7:30, 8:30. Around 9. The people that we fed tonight, they have expectations. They drove all the way from Bacolod to eat here. The pressure was there and I didn't want to disappoint. The oven kept conking out. The skin of the fish was sticking on the grill. Sort of like at the beginning, things weren't going right. And I was super late, and then the guests were hungry. They took a 3-hour drive coming here. So, I apologize for the delay. Normally, we do serve food on time, but not tonight. But I hope it's worth the wait. Pero I know deep down that, I am gonna deliver and I am not gonna fail. No way. At the market, we found salmon, dorado, prawns, lots of ginamos, lots of dried fish. So we had this dorado fish. We grilled some eggplant, pureed it, mixed it with some ginamos, mixed some fish innards that we sauteed in rum. So we made it into like a paste, smothered on top of the fish. I'm actually very proud of that dish, how we were able to come up with it. I just hope that we're able to replicate it in Manila. I made the kadyos or the KBL. Why is it KBL? Kadyos baboy langka. We used pata for flavor and for the thickness, the collagen. If you braise it really long, you melt the fat and that fat becomes sticky or slimy and you don't need to add flour. The rice dish, which was the kalkag rice, basically like baby dried shrimp. We sauteed in garlic, in rum, in grated coconut, and achuete. That's why it was orange. We cooked some kangkong and prawns. So it was on the sweet side because I added cocoa jam and I added a little bit of ginamos. And for saltiness, I added dried fish. With the salmon, it became sort of like Southeast Asian flavors. Kaffir lime, galangal, black beans, olive oil. We saw dalandan. So we put all that, popped it in the oven, and baked it. I've never done these dishes ever. So let's start off with the fried rice, kalkag fried rice with grated coconut and achuete because we're from Bacolod. This fish is the dorado. Everyone says in the market that it's dorado. This pasty thing is a pureed eggplant with ginamos, grated coconut. I added the laman loob or the innards of the fish. My take on a kadyos tonight with a little bit of red wine. We have here a local salmon with Tita Miren's kaffir lime, little bit of tausi, dalandan. Here is a kangkong with gata, a little bit of ginamos, a little bit of cocoa jam. Have it with the papadoms. All right, dig in. Thank you.
My standout, I think, for me, was the prawns. He used Don Papa, and we really like to promote Don Papa because it's a local Negros rum. But I never thought that he'd use it in his dish, and I guess he just saw it there in our kitchen and he used it, and it was really, really good. Delicious.
My favorite was the dorado with ginamos. Never had fish prepared that way. The KBL was also something that stood out.
That's a difference between feeding people from home because they know you since childhood. Well, yeah, we see him on TV. Doesn't live here anymore, but can he cook? That vibe or look from the others. I guess you just have to keep on believing and fighting. Never doubt yourself. If they doubt you, don't doubt yourself because nothing will happen. That's where, your training comes in and so many hours in the kitchen. And when you need to deliver, you have to deliver. There's expectations. In all the episodes that we've done, I never get stressed. Well, maybe a little bit, or I never get pressured. But tonight, damn, I'm stressed and pressured. But in a good way, Very happy that I got through this stage. The final test will be at my mom's house. I am afraid of her, so I am gonna do my best.
I remember that line from the film, The Beach. I still believe in paradise, but now at least I know it's not some place you can look for. because it's not where you go. It's how you feel for a moment in your life when you're part of something. And if you find that moment, it lasts forever.